In this lesson, we're going to talk about font markup elements. These are distinct from phrase markup elements. The font markup elements define the visual style that the elements are going to be rendered on a visual browser, on the screen. The phrase markup elements are for giving meaning to the text, like emphasized or strong or something like that. The font markup elements are actually depreciated in XHTML 1.0 and HTML 4.01. The HTML police, as I affectionately call them, would prefer that we not use font markup elements. In reality, if you care about how your text is going to be rendered on the screen, you want to use the font level markups and not the phrase level markups. The phrase level markups do not guarantee how the phrase is going to be rendered on the screen. If you care that it's italic, if you care that it's bold, then use the tags that mean that. They're not going away. As long as people are using them, they're not going to take them out of HTML and XHTML, and so they're perfectly safe to use. Browsers for visually impaired and other non-visual browsers will not necessarily know what to do with these. If you care about those browsers, then you want to use the phrase level markup in addition to these or instead of these. Let's take a look at each of these tags. These are also inline level, just like the phrase markup tags, and so they go in line with the text, and they're containers, and they contain the text that you're modifying. So in this case, we have the B tag, which stands for bold. And you'll see that it's rendered bold in the browser down there. Here's the big tag, which means what it says, big, and you'll see that the text is bigger in the browser down there. Here is the I tag for italic, and you'll see that it's italic in the browser down there. So these do exactly what it is that they say. S is for strikeout. It's actually a shortcut for strike. Strike and S are the same thing. And you'll see in the browser here, there's the S tag and there's the strike tag. They do exactly the same thing. They have the same meaning. And in between we have the small tag, which makes the text smaller. And there's the strike tag. TT stands for teletype. It's like the pre tag. It pre-formats the text. It renders it in all monospace font. The pre tag, PRE, we'll cover that later. That's a block level tag. And so you cannot use that inline in text. This is a inline level tag. So use this when you want your text to be monospaced inside of a paragraph. And finally, the U tag for underline underlines the text, just like there. So these are the font level tags, and like I said, these are depreciated, which means that the HTML police don't like them, but they are there and they're there for good. They're not going away. The next versions of HTML are already being designed and have them intact, so you don't have to worry about them going away. The browsers will continue to support them as long as people use them, and these have a purpose. They mark up the text how you want it to be rendered on the screen. If you care about how your text is rendered on the screen, if you want something specifically to be italic and something else specifically to be bold, then you use these tags. If you care about the meaning and how they're rendered on a non-visual browser, then you use the phrase markup tags, and you can use them together if you need to.